students. So today we are going to finish our stained glass art. We're going to start coloring the last step. So you would have finished till the drawing. Now you will need your oil pastels. The first two colors that I'm using is vermilion hue or orange and deep yellow. So first you take your vermilion hue. Now you will color the segments where all I am coloring. So just observe where all I am coloring and follow the same. So this is the first step in coloring. We are coloring the segment of the fish. Now where all I want orange, I am coloring there. You can follow the same. Even for the second fish, the mouth. The lower segment of the second fish, the fin, the tail. Where all I'm coloring this color, you can also fill in the color with the same color. You can pause the video and do your coloring. Next I'm using deep yellow and I'm coloring on top of the vermilion hue. Why am I doing this? To get a very good tone. See, both my colors are mixing to give me a beautiful yellowish orange color inside. So where all I've colored vermilion hue, I'm giving it another layer of deep yellow. See, can you see the color change? So it is having a goldenish effect now. Now I'm going to take scarlet or dark orange. Remember, if you don't have scarlet, it's dark orange. Not the whole segment, just the corners of that segment I'm coloring with this. Not the whole segment, just the corners, the edges or the outlines, if you may say. Second fish also, just the, if you see, just one part of the segment I'm coloring with this to give it a darker tone there under just one side of the segment, like this, just to give it a darker tone. Now we are going to take lemon yellow. All of you will have lemon yellow, so please take your lemon yellow. Now just observe where all I am coloring lemon yellow. You can also color the face of the first fish, the upper segment. It's a beautiful color to work with. Now the tail part also, wherever I'm coloring in the segments, you can also color. Observe carefully and color, students. Now my second fish, the upper segment of the fish, I'm coloring lemon yellow, and the lower, just half, not the whole segment, just half. You can see a little white under the tail. Just have fun coloring, students. Don't be so precise also. Just have fun coloring. Now I'm going to take my vermilion hue again. The first color that we used is for the mouth of the first fish, and the same vermilion hue, I'm going to color the upper fin of the first fish like this. Lightly, you can just color the whole fin like that. Remember, you have segments there also, so you're using primary red and just outline the lines that you can see inside, the strokes that you can see inside where we have divided it. So only that part you're just coloring with your primary red like this. Just give it an highlight. The lower fin, I'm coloring it red. Where all I'm coloring red, you can also color red. The tail. Like this. Now the second fish also, I have the red, I've put red color on the fin on top, behind fin. The tail. Right? Now I'm gonna use deep yellow again. Deep yellow again. Just observe, students. On top of my lemon yellow, I'm just giving a darker tone there, one side of the lemon yellow, not the whole thing, just one side of it. The upper layers, you can just see I'm just coloring with the deep yellow to give it that light and dark tones. Observe where all I'm using the deep yellow. And please note, I'm not coloring the whole segment with deep yellow. Little of my lemon yellow is also seen. Again for the second fish, just the a part of the segment is colored with deep yellow, not the whole thing. See, only the upper part of the fish. Wherever I've used lemon yellow, I'm giving this deep yellow, dark tones there. Now I'm using vermilion hue again. Observe, just giving the darker tones wherever necessary. On top of the deep yellow, again I've given this color. Where all I want it little dark. Just observe the way I'm using my finger to smudge the layers. Now I'm using maroon. Maroon is to give the darkest tones. The darkest tones. Again, the strokes on top, you can give maroon on the outline like this. Wherever I'm using maroon, you can just give the darker tones. And now I'm using the dark violet. You can keep pausing the video and using it, students. Dark violet. Now, see how I am giving the outlines there for the tail. The same thing here, you're coloring the front fin of the second fish. Again, I've taken primary red on top of the blue. I'm just coloring that. Okay, now we are taking brown and very lightly we are going to brush color over the orange areas, just one side of it, and smudge it so that it blends with the orange that you have. Using the same brown, giving the darker tones on the mouth, just the outline. Here also brown, and smudge it. We are doing this just to get that darker tones, students. See how nicely it looks now. The tones are looking. You can see all my lines clearly now. Just smudge it with your finger. Take your time. The same brown I'm using for the rock as well. We have a segment there, so I'm using brown to fill in that segment. The same thing on the opposite side. Fill it with brown. Now you can take the yellow ochre, color for the rock. Observe how I'm coloring this. I'm not coloring the whole rock, just the top layer, top part of the rock. Slightly I'm coloring, and rest I'm leaving it as white. You can do the same thing, students. That is, when we smudge, it will have a very nice effect. You don't have to color the whole thing. See how I've left white? The same thing on the other side as well. Observe how I'm coloring the rocks and how I'm leaving some white space for the smudge effect. Just the upper part of the rock I'm coloring. Now just smudge it. Smudge the whole rock with that color. I'm just smudging. Let the white part also be seen there at the bottom. Smudge the area, the rock. See? You can smudge the browns. You can use a tissue paper as well for the students, those who do not want to use your finger to smudge. Now I'm using light green for the seagrass or the seaweed. Lightly you can start coloring the grass. Observe the strokes. In the single direction you're coloring the seagrass. First you can color the whole grass in light green. Then I'll show you how to color with the dark green, how to give the dark tones. Color the whole thing with light green, all the seagrasses. Okay, now you take your dark green. Observe how I'm going to color with the dark green. On top of the light green, you're just going to give one side dark color to show the shadow effect there. The darker tones here, one side of the grass, and smudge it with the light green neatly. Start from the tip of the grass to the base and just smudge it. You're doing the same thing to the second. here we have twist and turns, so observe how I'm coloring the dark green here. Smudge it. The inside part, we are shading it dark green. And smudge it immediately. Just the base, I'm giving some strokes. Base of the grass. Right. Now we are going to take blue. Now we are going to color the background. I'm taking light blue. First, the layer is light blue. So lightly you will start coloring the background like this. You can leave some white spaces, it's alright. Observe, even I have left some white spaces while coloring. You can just leave some white spaces. It's the second segment I'm coloring the background of the water. Random, you can leave some white space and you can just color them like this. So lightly I'm coloring the background with my light blue first. I've left some white spaces next to the first fish. The middle part of the page. I'm just leaving my bubbles. You don't have to color the bubbles, just around the bubbles, the background lightly with light blue. Lightly on this side. You can observe how quickly I'm just making those strokes. I'm not pressing my pastels there. Finish the background like this. Lightly. Alright. Now you're going to take carnelian blue, or you can take a little darker shade of blue. Whichever dark shade of blue you have, you can use that. Not the darkest, just one shade darker than this light blue that you've used. It's called carnelian blue. Observe the strokes that I'm giving my segments. Later you can do this in black as well. For now, just give it blue, this blue, because I want to know where my lines are. Okay, now with the same color, I'm just lightly giving shading with that color as well. Just random, not the whole page. Here and there I'm using this color just to give it a darker tone in between. Under the fish, next to the bubble, not the whole page. And I'm just giving the outlines for the bubbles as well with the same dark blue, not the darkest blue. It's carnelian blue. Observe where all I'm giving this blue, not the whole page. Center of the page, little to the corners. like this, on top, corners. Now I'm going to take emerald green. If you observe the ocean, it has a light shade of green as well. So we're going to use the emerald green. Here and there, wherever you've colored with the dark blue, just color the light, the emerald green as well. Very light stroke, students. You don't have to make it very dark. Lightly, I'm just brushing this color on the background as well. Very lightly. Okay. And after this, you can just smudge the background with your finger, or you can use a tissue paper to smudge the background. I'm using my finger. Just lightly, you're going to smudge all the colors that you've used. You can see how beautifully the colors are getting smudged. Don't smudge the grass along with the background, just the background. When you're smudging the background, only the background you will smudge. Don't mix with the fish and the grass, just the background you are smudging. Wherever I've left white areas, let it remain white. It gives a very good effect. Okay, now just take your white to give it highlights. You can take your white, but if you feel your white is less, wherever necessary, you can just randomly color with white next to the fish, under the fish, um, the fish's body also. You can see some white highlights. You can give that as well. Some segments are white like this. You can just color white here and there wherever you want it. Little light, it gives a very good effect, students. The grass also, wherever you want a little white, you can put your white there. Now we are almost there. Now we just have to use your black and give an outline. Why are we doing that is, you can actually leave it this way, but as stained glass art, if you observe, it has white or black outlines, so we have to give that effect in our drawing. So that's why I've used black pastels, and I'm just giving the outline to all my segments. That is very important. Right now you can't see my segments clearly, especially on the fish. Now I'm just using the corner of my black pastel where it is a little edgy. You can use that and give your outlines. You can observe how beautifully it looks once you give the outline. It is the fish is starting to highlight. It looks very bright and nice. See all the segments. This is a key of stained glass art, students, so you have to outline it with black once you finish to see all the segments clearly. We're going to do the same thing with the second fish. Basically, you're outlining everything on the page. That is the key to stained glass art. The fin, the tail, the rock, the sea grass, the backgrounds as well. See, my fish is starting to stand out because of the outline. The eyes, the rock. After this outline, you don't have to smudge it. You don't have to smudge the outlines. You're just giving the outline to it. Observe carefully, students. All my segments needs to be highlighted. It has to be seen. It has to stand out. And slowly, it now starts. It's It's beginning to look like my stained glass art. The same thing that you would do on your glass. Okay, I'm just highlighting the background as well with the black outline. Lightly you can do that. Yes, so now it's ready. You can draw the borders also with your sketch pen, black sketch pen. Highlight the whole drawing. It will stand out if you do this. Alright students, so we are done with our stained glass art. You will upload all the drawings that you have that you finished on the class notebook in Teams, and I have the procedure of how to upload inside the PPT, so you can have a look. So just enjoy coloring. Thank you students.